Welcome back to the Grand Solar Minimum channel. Today is Friday, November 8th, 2019. Our solar wind speeds are coming in this morning at 327 kilometers per second with a density of 4.0. Our sun is blank once again. That's right. Sunspots not to be reported. Again, there was a slight sighting from Cycle 25 just the other day, AR 2750, that let off a small B-class X-flare to the very southern part of our star. Other than that, we haven't had much to talk about. We are in a deep solar minimum, but here recently we have seen signs of Cycle 25 beginning to come to life. Again, we are still more than over a year or two away from to start seeing maximum type activity, or at least the beginning of a maximum. But we also know in Solar Cycle 25 that this cycle's maximum is not going to be anywhere near the strength that we saw in Solar Cycle 24. So just to be clear with that, taking a look, now that's 233 days in 2019 without sunspots. Our TCI coming in at 4.01, that's down from 4.09. And right now, KP indice is sitting at a 1 with a 24-hour max also at a 1. Also want to note real quick, solar wind expected from a Earth-facing coronal hole that is on November 10th. It is very small, so we could be seeing very slight increases in solar wind speeds. Right now, they're pretty low. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at some headlines before we get into our weather reports this morning. First, let's start over in Iran, northwest Iran to be exact. A 5.9 earthquake has struck the region. Now, at least 5 people are dead and more than 300 are injured after the magnitude of 5.9 hit northwest Iraq. Over 40 aftershocks have rattled the rural region of the Alborz Mountains. Says here that a magnitude 5.9 earthquake struck northwest Iran early Friday, killing at least 5 people and injuring over 300. The Temblor Stark County in Iran's eastern Azerbaijan province around 2:17 a.m. Iran's seismology center said there is some 250 miles northwest of Iran's capital of Tehran. Over 40 aftershocks rattled the region. The quake injured at least 312 people. Only 13 needed to be hospitalized at this point. And not just in Iran, but also here out in the islands. This morning, actually, we had another strong quake, a 6.5 out in the Fiji Islands. This area has been a little active lately. As you can see right below that, we had a 5.9 not too far away from that just before the 6.5 struck. And then, of course, the 4.4 aftershock. So this area has been a little bit elevated as far as seismic activity. We'll continue to watch the region. We've seen quite a few 6.5 strong earthquakes. Again, no warnings on tsunamis or any damage or injuries at this time from these earthquakes, as information is just now coming in. All right, let's take a look across the pond here. Dozens of homes evacuated after torrential downpour triggers huge mudslide. Thank you to David Birch for bringing this to my attention. 35 homes in Mansfield have been evacuated after heavy rain caused a mudslide this evening. Nottinghamshire police were called to the bank in close alongside the fire service and Mansfield District Council just before 5 p.m. following concerns for the safety of people living in the houses. The manager of a bar in the area told the Nottinghamshire Live the top of the bank has come down along with trees. It has covered people's back gardens. It has covered over 6-foot fences. Police and fire have been evacuating people from their houses. It's a bit unstable, especially with the rain forecast for tonight. I feel sorry for those who have to come back from work and have no garden left, and the families have to be moved out of their homes for the night. Absolute mess right there. That is a picture of a landslide debris up against people's backyards, or gardens, as they call it over there in the UK, which I think is cuter. I was shocked. It's not something you expect. Sheffield Leeds, the other part, and other parts of Yorkshire have been badly hit by torrential downpours, with towns deluged to up to a month's worth of rain. Sheffield police confirmed that shoppers were being kept inside Meadowhall to keep them safe from the floods. Roughly at 8:30 p.m., people were being allowed to get into their cars and head home after traffic eased, but drivers are still being advised to avoid the area. Now let's take a look. We've got quite a bit of flood alerts right now. If you guys look here, it says here we are dealing with around 6 severe flood warnings at this time. 72 regular flood warnings, 101 flood alerts, 96 are no longer in force. So we still have over 89. It went down a little bit. It was a little higher. So we still have around 179 flood alerts totally active. It was 183 just a little bit ago. It's dropped down 4 alerts, but still, as you guys can look at this map, you can see where we are increasing. Yesterday's numbers for flood alerts was nowhere near this number. Today's forecast: patches of fog slow to clear from the southern England. A band of rain across Wales and the Midlands will edge southeastwards and die out. Northwestern areas dry with plenty of sunshine. Showers affecting northeastern parts, windy in places and feeling cold. Tonight, showers clearing from the far southeast, long clear periods for the most parts, with a widespread frost and a few patches of fog forming, rain reaching the far west by dawn. And Saturday, rain in the west, heavy at times, moving slowly eastwards into the central areas, some snow on the hills, fog patches elsewhere slowly clearing, then some sunshine, but clouds increasing and also feeling cold. So you guys are pretty much in the same boat we are in, with back and forth between cold, rain, and wind. Let's take a look at our forecast here in the United States. Taking a look at our national radar. Check it out for our friends in Canada. Right now, the rain is in BC and Alberta. Some snow and mixed precip in Manitoba and Saskatchewan. The rest of the United States right now, pretty quiet. You got some rain showers in Dallas and Houston, along the East Coast as well. Some slight snow showers across the Northeast. We're talking very light, folks. Parts of Michigan, Akron, Ohio also could be seeing a flurry or two. This is our minimum temperatures for tonight. That cold has now shifted. Remember, we were talking about the cold being in the northwestern part of the region, and I told everybody that this cold air was going to shift to this pocket here. Well, we've been watching this area right here go through some severe cold weather over the past several days. Finally, that pocket has transferred to the east, so we will start seeing colder temperatures from Minnesota all the way down to Kentucky through Virginia and up the northeast. That is going to be the new trend here for the next several days. Daytime high temperatures, not too much better in the northeast. 20s and 30s for most of us out here in the northeast. Ohio, believe it or not, in the 40s today. The rest of the country looks fantastic as well, without any kind of serious precipitation happening today. Some showers and thunderstorms in Florida and Texas. And some light snow across the northern Great Lakes, parts of central New York, and of course the northeast near New Hampshire and Maine. And then we go into tomorrow, Saturday, taking a look at some frozen precip across the northern plains and the northern Great Lakes. The rest of the country stays pretty quiet. And finally, by the time we get to, this is for Monday? No, this is for Sunday. Yeah. So by the time we get to Sunday, weather starts cranking up again, and I'll show you that here in our tropical tidbits forecast here. But we see snow across the northern plains, Montana, Wyoming, San Diego, North Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin, mixed precip from the Midwest all the way through the Northeast, and just plain old rain, showers and storms in Washington and Oregon. Can't forget Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Dallas, Texas also going to get in on that mix of rain. So here we are today. That system that we had yesterday is moving off to the east quite nicely. Cold air settling in the northeast. Snow showers possible overnight tonight. And as Sunday into Monday, some threatening at the Canadian border, but it's going to stay north for the most part. And we do see some snow sliding southwards into the Great Lakes. And by the Midwest on Monday afternoon, we could see a decent little snow system develop going into the overnight hours. Hello, Illinois, Indiana, getting your first snowfall, real snowfall, and Dayton, Ohio, Cincinnati, Ohio will start off as freezing rain, but that will all transition over to snow by early morning hours of Tuesday as this system continues to trek east-northeast. Showers on the southern part of this from Tennessee all the way through Texas, but this snowstorm picking up a little bit of steam here as we head in through Tuesday afternoon. Ice is also possible in the northeast. The system does not stick around for very long as the snow will begin to taper off by the end of the day, Tuesday, but some lake effects will linger for Erie, Cleveland, parts of Buffalo, and other parts of western New York as well on Wednesday, November 13th. Another low pressure system coming in from the Alberta side, swinging through the Midwest as well into the northern plains and the northern Great Lakes. Wow! So we got an explosion of activity happening down here in the Gulf. This thing just comes out of nowhere. Starting on the 13th of November, we're going to watch this system penetrate the Gulf Coast, and New Orleans is expecting right now some very, very heavy rain. Also Mississippi and Alabama, but look at this. Freezing rain in northern Alabama and northern Georgia. Cold air is set up across the northern plains into the Midwest and the Northeast, and look at this bad boy. By Thursday, this has the makings of potential. If this thing stays the course, this could be a good old-fashioned nor'easter as this storm heads into colder air by Friday, November 16th. And as we get to the weekend, this thing drifts away from the coast. And just like that, folks, we are dry this weekend. That's right. November 16th, 17th, nothing happening in the lower 48 for Saturday and Sunday of next week. It will be cold, but we won't have to worry about dealing with snow or rain at this moment. Now, when we get into Monday, the following week, snow showers in the Northeast, upstate New York, Michigan, Great Lakes, and really, guys, it's going to get quiet. According to this GFS forecast, we're not going to see nothing crazy until around the 20th of November when we get a system that's sliding down from Canada through Wisconsin into Michigan by the 20th. And we will see it also in the Northeast, bringing some rain at first and then changing to snow by the time this system moves out of here on Thursday, November 21st. And then we get more cold air, another shot of cold air, rain to the south, snow to the north, and another pretty decent sized system moving through on Sunday, November 24th, the weekend before Thanksgiving. Right now, temperatures seem to be hovering in the 30s and 40s towards the end of the month, so nothing major yet as far as what we saw in late September and early October with all that snow in Montana, Wyoming, South Dakota, Minnesota, North Dakota. We're not seeing that kind of snow development, but we are getting consistent cold. So if anything, the ground is going to be good and frozen by the time we get into December. All right, that's going to do it for us this morning for our morning update. We hope everyone has a wonderful day. Do not miss tonight's show, guys. 9 p.m. Eastern Time. We are going to be live with Lee Wheelbarger, and we're just going to talk about the Grand Solar Minimum. There's lots happening, lots going on, lots to go through, and some things that we might not be ready to hear just yet, but they have to be heard. They have to be heard. I guess I got to say that. So, all right, guys, excited for that tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, we hope everyone has a wonderful Friday. We'll see you tonight. We'll talk soon, guys. Take care.
Do you like this show? Give us a thumbs up. Want to support us more? Share to your favorite social media platform. Buy a t-shirt or become a Patreon. All links are in the description below.